Man, we back, man. We're back. It's been a minute, man. It's been a minute.
You good?
Yeah, man. It's been so long. My beard's growing out.
Yeah, it looks good.
I know. I always look good.
I mean, it's been so long. All my hair fell out. So, like,
say less, man. Let's do this.
what does it say? The floor matches the drapes.
Do the intro, man.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of a2z. My name is Z. This is.
My name is Andy.
I hope you guys are well. Today we are going to be talking about the best and worst peripherals, accessories that we've experienced in our very short lives.
Short lives. Yeah.
You go first.
Alright. Okay, I'm going to start with one of my favourites. The guitars from Guitar Hero and the DJ decks from DJ Hero.
You know, I've never used either of those.
You serious?
I've never used either. I've never even played Guitar Hero.
Really?
Yeah.
No, seriously.
Really, I haven't.
You've never played guitar? Oh my days, man.
Even our friend Jumper, he actually donated, when we used to run events, he actually donated a Guitar Hero set, like the physical.
Serious? Nice, man.
To use it. We never got around to using it, but even then, I never played the game.
I find it a lot of fun. I mean, I remember, I can't remember which one it was. It might have been a rock one or something. There's so many Guitar Heroes. No, the rock version.
Oh,
but
rock
just
version.
Rock songs.
Sorry.
There's so many, but I remember Slash was on there. Slash, the lead guitarist from Guns N' Roses, and I was with my cousin Harjit had it, and I had the guitar, and I had my legs spread out, and I was like rocking out, and I was like, this is wicked. It's a lot of fun, and I love the fact you get different types of guitars.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can get different types of guitars.
Wow.
Rather than just the one. There's so many.
I assumed there was just one. That was it.
No, you can get so many. I don't know the names and types of guitars, but I know that they had one that was similar to the lead guitarist for Slipknot, where it's kind of like a teardrop looking kind of thing. It's my bad towards a guitar enthusiast out there. I don't know the name, but I know they had that one.
Okay.
But the DJ one, at the time when I was learning how to DJ, I really enjoyed it. It was completely inaccurate in the sense of how you mix, but the vibe on doing it and the song choices were really good. Just really enjoyed it.
It does look like a lot of fun, I'll be honest. I've just never. I don't know why. It's just never come up. I've never had anyone to sort of be like, all right, we're gonna jam out on Guitar Hero now. I have played it at the arcade though.
Yeah.
I have done that, but I've never played it at home.
Damn. All right, I'll break out the PS3 and my DJ Hero.
Yeah, we can give it a go.
100%.
All right, cool. So my favorite peripheral is nothing as anywhere near as exciting. I actually have two, but I'm gonna have to pick one. The two are the bongos from Donkey Kong.
I've never used them, but they sound pretty.
They are. It's just. It's just so much fun.
Yeah.
Like you get to be a young idiot, which is basically me all the way through. But that's not my favorite one.
Okay.
My favorite one is actually quite a boring peripheral, but it ties in with what I really enjoy and what I love about retro gaming, which is sitting around playing with friends. It's the 4-player multitap.
Oh man.
Now,
I didn't think of that.
the 4-player multitap is, like Super Nintendo, Sega Mega Drive. That's the era that I come from, and then obviously Nintendo changed all of this with the N64 and with the GameCube. And all of a sudden, it was like, hey, Woody Bubba. But for me, going from playing Super Nintendo, playing Mario Kart by myself, to suddenly, wait, we've got 2 players, and now we can play Street Fighter 2 and fight each other. Super Mario Kart, we can race each other. And then, I remember the first 4-player game that I got on the Super Nintendo was Street Racer.
Oh, that was cool.
And it split into 4 very thin, narrow, wide angles.
Imagine that on a small TV that we used to use, man. All right.
It worked somehow. And yeah, that was that. And then obviously when Nintendo brought out the N64, GoldenEye, which we're always going on about GoldenEye, that was like four quadrants, but again, small TV.
Yeah.
But the multi-tap for me was probably the most profound accessory that I bought, and it was something which I used a lot because friends would always come over, and everyone had to bring their own controller because we were too young. We were kids. We were at school. No one had the money to buy extra controllers. But I saved up my pocket money and my paper route salary to basically be like, right, I'm gonna go pay for this £29 grey box.
Yeah.
That plugs into my Super Nintendo. I'm like, boys, right, everyone's coming over. We're gonna play 4-player Bomberman.
Oh man, take no prisoners, man. Take no prisoners with Bomberman.
Yeah, that's that one. And then 3-player version of Dragon with my brothers.
Cool.
Because that was a 3-player fighting game.
Oh,
so 3 characters at the same time, you're fighting each other. That was brilliant. The hours that me and my brother spent on that game, it's phenomenal.
That's cool. That's funny you say about multitap. My pal had one for the PS2, and we used to play 4-player FIFA. I don't know which one it was, but
4-player FIFA.
4-player FIFA. So 4 guys, one team of
sounds like mayhem.
Yeah, it was. it was mad. But it was my pals. It was myself, Jamie, Paul, and Ben when I used to live in Elton.
Okay.
So we had PS2s each, and we used to obviously swap games because back then we were able to do that. It was great. And they had a multi-tap, and they used to come over to mine Friday, Saturday. Mum be cooking as always, and we'll be playing 4-player FIFA, going, "Hey, pass the ball!" I was like, "No, I'm gonna have a shot! No, pass the ball!" It was great. It was beyond mayhem. We'll start coming a frame.
Come on, you can come and sit here. What's your favourite accessory? The food bowl, right? Yeah. I mean, the 4-player multi-tap for me was a game changer for me back in those days.
Yeah.
It just made everything better. I got to play with both my brothers at the same time rather than individually.
Yeah.
Was able to race against 3 other people. It was just an absolute game changer for my gaming world in those days.
Yeah, 100%.
That look of love. All right, worst one.
I'm gonna go back to the Game Boy.
Okay.
Weirdly enough, let me think about this. No, you know what? I'm not gonna go to the Game Boy. This might be controversial, so apologies. Remember the Super Nintendo scope thing, the scope gun thing?
That was going to be mine today.
Oh, my bad.
The scope 6.
Yeah. My bad, bro. I didn't know.
That's right. We didn't discuss this before.
We freestyle, man. But I remember seeing it going, oh my god, this is so awesome.
Yeah.
This is like the
it's like
arcade
a rocket launcher on your arm.
Yeah, it's like the arcade in your bed, like in your TV, like at home. I was like, yo, we gotta get it. And I never got one, thankfully. And you bought one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But a pal of mine bought mine. And I remember back in it's like, Mum, can we go to this person's house on Saturday? Are they free? Yeah, it'd be fine. And it was one of those ones like, are you free? I told my mum I'm coming over. Please be free. She said, yeah, come over. Went over, played, and I was like, this really isn't great. I think we spent so much time like setting it up or getting used to it. I was like, can you just play with controls?
Yeah.
It was one of those things that look great in the adverts, look great in the box.
The concept is amazing.
Yeah, and again, this is before we had the likes of video reviews, and I mean, there was, I think IGN or something was around back then, but
IGN was around in the 90s?
No, tell a lie. It was too early to.
No, there was no IGN in the 90s.
Then it might have been magazines.
Magazines, yeah, sure,
so
definitely.
I only started getting magazines when I got the PlayStation 1.
Right.
I came with demo discs. So
Demo discs.
I don't know. I loved them, man. I loved those demo discs. They were awesome. But yeah, there was nothing for us to review or read about it. And my pal got it. I was like, yeah.
I mean, there were magazines, but you just weren't reading them.
I didn't know there were magazines, to be honest with you.
Games Master magazine, the official Nintendo magazine, Edge magazine. There's loads, absolutely loads.
I know Edge done a couple of titles for the PlayStation. Magnates of that, yeah.
Okay.
But for me,
the Scope 6 was a piece of crap. It was utter nonsense, because if you think about where it came from, the light gun from the Nintendo NES.
Yeah.
that with Duck Hunt, which is the only game I can think of right now. That was great, but then at the same time, the evolution of that into something like Time Crisis?
Yeah.
Time Crisis? House of Dead. All these games. What's that other one? I've forgotten the name of it anyway. But what's that?
There was Point Blank as well. The
Point Blank, yeah. They were brilliant. They worked so well. And I think right now there's a Kickstarter out right now where somebody is making a light gun to work on modern TVs. That's awesome as well, because it brings back that same sort of sitting in your living room with an actual device that actually works in somewhere rather than a controller or a control pad.
Yeah. Do you agree?
He's like, give me food. Okay, all right. So I was going to say the Scope 6, but now I need to think of something else off the top of my head. But that's all right. That's fine. I never played it. Sorry, I never owned it.
Right.
I did see one. I did give it a go, and it was absolute crap. It looks so much better than it actually is. The Nintendo Power Glove on the NES.
That's the thing that.
Yeah.
Okay. I've never used it.
It looks awesome.
Right.
The concept was amazing that you could use this, and it's sort of like this VR world where you can sort of move your hand about and stuff happens. It just didn't work.
Kind of like Minority Report before Minority Report?
Like 30 years before.
Okay.
When did Minority Report come out? I don't even know.
2000. I'm going to get this wrong, so.
I have no idea.
I was in school, college, so I want to say around about 2002, 2003.
Okay, so about 20 years before.
Yeah.
Or whenever the Power Glove came out, but it was just the conceptually great idea, but just didn't work. Just not to diss the Scope 6 any further, but the SNES Scope 6 looked great. The concept was great. It just had no gaming support, which is a shame, and it was just too big.
Right.
The Power Glove didn't have any third-party support. It didn't function well because the technology of the time wasn't sufficient. Those cables going down to the actual NES itself, and it was just clunky and big.
It's funny you should say that, because that's the same reason why I never bought the PSVR, because of all the cables and the clunkiness.
I had
and
the
stuff.
PSVR.
What did you think?
I loved it.
Even
it
with
was
the
so
cables and
much fun.
stuff?
You forget the cables are there.
Okay.
They are intrusive at first,
right?
But after a few minutes, you get so engrossed in the experience of a 3D virtual world. Like you look down and it's like, oh my god, it's 500 miles. You look up and it's like you're flying in space, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You get so engrossed in that you forget the cables are there.
Okay. I'll give the PSVR. Was it PSVR 2 now, right? I think they're on.
I'm not sure, but yeah, it must be. It makes sense.
Yeah.
But I had it on the PS4.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give it another try.
Any other accessories? Honorable mentions.
The light for the Game Boy.
That was great.
That was awesome.
It actually meant you could use it in the dark.
Yeah. And I remember, my mum and dad aren't going to tell me off now because I'm grown. But I remember taking my Game Boy to bed with the light, and making sure that I had the batteries charged, the light charged. Was like playing Game Boy. I was like, yeah, game changer. I loved that. I absolutely loved it until Mum was like, "Why are you so tired? You went to bed really early." I was like, "Oh." And then
didn't sleep well, Mum.
Yeah.
There's a light on him.
And then I used to hide the Game Boy from like my teddy bears and whatever else. And I was like, "Why have you got the Game Boy in the bed?" And I was like, guilty. What am I gonna say? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Game Boy light.
So in the same sort of genre, handhelds. This is people are gonna argue with me saying that's not an accessory, but the Game Gear, the battery life on this thing was atrocious. Power adapter.
Yeah, you had the same thing for the Game Boy, game changer. Rather than swapping out.
But a Game Boy battery would last a decent amount of time.
Yeah, fair.
Game Gear, 4 hours.
Okay. So I need to get one of them. I need to get one of them.
You've got a power adapter, yours.
What, the one that plugs in?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant the power thing that you put in the back. That you can replace
no,
the
I'm talking
batteries.
about like a power pack that you plug in.
Oh, my bad, my apologies. Okay.
But yes, you can also then buy a rechargeable pack to plug in as well, which obviously makes more sense. I think now you can actually get ones that actually turn into a bit of a grip.
Nice.
Which is quite nice. But yeah, that was something that made a very big difference back in those days as well. The Game Boy magnifying glass. That was a good one as well. I had one. I didn't understand it, why you'd need it, because I was like, well, I'm kind of used to the small screen or whatever. But the more I played it, I was like, okay. It makes sense all of a sudden.
Yeah. I was like, all right. Yeah. Good shout.
What about any honorable mentions in very bad accessories?
There was a controller made by Namco. And this is when I started.
There's been some bad controllers.
Yeah, and this one, again, concept was good, and I think they released this in relation with Ridge Racer Revolution, which was the second Ridge Racer.
Right.
It might have been the first, but either way, it was released with a Ridge Racer title on the PS1, and it was a controller which you can bend.
Yep. Had like a pivot in the middle.
Yeah.
It just didn't make sense.
And I was like,
it's just nonsense.
I was like, let's give it a try, and I was like, nope. Normal controller.
But it's one of those things. It's like, why do you need to? Why does it need to pivot in the middle? Like, what was it? What problem were they trying to solve with that?
I think they were creating a problem.
Oh yeah, there's always that.
Because then the analog controller came out, and it was away to the races with Sony. With that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's an honourable mention. What about you?
I've been trying to think of one, but I can't think of an honourable one really.
Okay.
I can't think of yet another one. I'm sure there is something that will come to me after we've turned the video recording aspect off. I'll be like, oh, I should have said that. I actually can't think of one right now.
Can I make a shout out to a specific Wii gun that I absolutely love?
Nintendo Wii, okay.
Yeah, I know we're not meant to say their names because, might get shut down and stuff. But
don't talk to me about that.
We see you, Nintendo. Yeah, we see you.
Yeah, thanks for the copyright strike on me live streaming me playing Super Mario Kart.
That you bought, right?
I bought it.
Yeah.
And I basically live streamed it, and I got a copyright strike for that.
Okay. Anyway.
Apologies. Carry on.
No, that's fine. So I went to another gaming event in Brighton, and they had House of the Dead, and they had this specific type of House of the Dead gun which had a pump handle thing.
Pump action shotgun.
Yeah. And I was like, where did you buy this? And I think I must have spent about a year looking on eBay, Facebook, CEX, anything. I found one on eBay, boxed. The guy wanted £1,200.
For which console?
For the Wii.
Okay.
And I was like, did you type in the number wrong? Like maybe 120?
Well, it's very rare, isn't it, I guess, if you can't find it for a year on different areas.
Yeah. I didn't know it was that rare.
Did you get it?
I eventually found 4.
Okay. And so, have you now got one?
I've got 4.
You've got 4?
I've got 4. I've got 2 unboxed, 2 boxed.
Okay.
But that accessory, when you're playing any shooting game, granted, I think there's only the one game that uses the pump handle is the House of the Dead. But playing like Ghost Squad, you just automatically it's awesome. It's a really cool accessory, but definitely one of the better guns that I've used playing at home. That's a good one.
Oh, I got an honourable mention for a very poor accessory. The Nintendo Switch 1 dock.
There was a dock?
What do you mean there was a dock? It came with it.
Oh, the Switch, sorry. I was thinking, apologies, I don't know why I had the DS in my head.
Yeah,
the Switch 1 dock.
It goes in. Like, it scratches the screen.
Really?
Yeah, it scratches the screen. So if you when you put it in, and if it moves ever so slightly, it scratches the actual screen itself. The dock itself scratches. So it's poorly made. It's plasticky. It's tacky. It's functional if you don't move it or if you don't touch it, basically.
Right.
And the connection with the actual Switch itself is not very solid. It's sort of like if it's just slightly off, it doesn't work very, very well.
Okay.
So to me, that's a pretty poor quality, very cheap dock. So I bought another dock, which I actually really love. It looks like a Nintendo GameCube, but squashed down.
Okay.
And like a little flip comes up at the back, and the Switch docks in.
Sweet.
But it doesn't scratch the screen. Hello.
Awesome. I'm trying to think, is there any more?
I got a good one.
Go on.
Action Replay and Game Genie cartridges for the Super Nintendo and Sega Mega Drive.
Days, I so wanted one. Even today I want one, just to say I had one. Did you get one, I take it?
I didn't back then.
Yeah.
But now I've got 4 Game Genies and 3 Action Replays, I think.
Oh.
4 Action Replays, I can't remember. But they're just sitting in my collection now.
Yeah. If you had them, you were like everyone's best friend.
Yep.
Wow. It's like unlimited lives and whatever else. Actually, I just thought of another controller, but this is an honorable mention that I really liked. This controller. It was a Super Nintendo controller, which had all the Street Fighter moves programmed in. It was. I liked it because it was.
What's
clear.
the point of that?
I was good though, man.
It completely. Yeah.
Look, back in the day, I couldn't do the Zangief pile driver. Yeah, with that controller,
which
I could
is the 360. I've never understood that. To this day I can't do it because like, how do you do a 360 circle, right? Yeah. Without him jumping up and down?
I think that there's one person that done it to perfection.
Yeah, we know who that is.
Yes, and he killed me with that game, and I was like, I'm never playing this game again. But yeah, that controller was awesome because it was like you went from novice to expert.
That's just cheating.
Not really, because then you had to know the program really to punch in. Is like, right, this is Ken. I got to put this one here, this one. That was such a wicked controller.
It's still cheap.
The build of the controller as well was good as well.
It's like having a turbo button on a controller.
Yeah.
That's cheating.
It's an unfair advantage.
Cheating.
But yeah, that's an honourable mention. I like that controller. That was
fair. That makes sense.
Nintendo, we do give you shout outs.
Thank you for my strike. Yeah. Nice. All right. Cool. Anything else? Have we forgotten anything? We've got a lot. There's lots of accessories out there we could talk about.
What about? I wasn't a Mega Drive gamer, but I remember using this particular when they brought out the control pad with 6 buttons.
Yep.
So A, B, C, X, Y, Z.
Game changer. Absolute game changer. Yeah.
Because I remember playing Mortal Kombat 3.
They brought it out for Street Fighter 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Street Fighter 2 on 3 buttons doesn't make sense, does it? Low punch, hard punch, high kick, low kick. Low, medium, high punch and kicks. You need 3 on 3.
Yeah.
Whereas Mega Drive only had 3 buttons, so they brought out another controller specifically solve that problem.
So what were the 3 buttons on Street Fighter then?
What do you mean? What are the 3 buttons?
So it'd be like light punch, light kick, and hard kick?
On the original, I can't remember now.
Okay, no.
I can't remember, but it worked, but it wasn't the same. And yes, you could reprogram it, of course, within the game, but that 6-button controller came out specifically to solve the Street Fighter 2 issue.
And they did, because again, I remember playing Mortal Kombat 3, and I was like, where's this button? They're like, oh yeah, press these 2 together. I'm like, yeah. Give me my Super Nintendo controller.
Yeah.
Give me my Super Nintendo controller.
And that was such a big thing in those days, I remember, in the 90s, that the Super Nintendo just out the box had 6 buttons. And I was like, wow, 6 buttons on one controller? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Absolutely monumental game changer. It was great.
So yeah, shout out to Sega for releasing that controller for that. That was cool.
Sega's done well, man.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of love for Sega.
Same.
They haven't given me a copyright strike, so I'm happy with them.
Shout out Sega.
Apparently they're coming back in some big fashion. We're going to see what's coming up soon, isn't it? That's quite exciting.
Bring Crazy Taxi with you. Please bring Crazy Taxi with you. I love that game. That's a good game. The soundtrack to that game alone is incredible.
Sega's another company that did a lot of accessories. Mega CD,
Never
32X for one console.
Yeah.
That's a lot of accessories. And they're always like trying to do something new, something different. They're very good, very, very good at that.
Did you own it? You got CDX or 332X, haven't you?
My brother Cam has. He's got the Tower of Power.
Okay.
Which is all 3 devices.
Oh right.
Tower
okay.
of Power.
Tower of Power.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, I unfortunately never owned it.
Okay.
I've only ever got and still got the original Mega Drive or the Sega Genesis for our American friends.
Cool. Yeah, that was fun.
It's a lot. When you think about it, it's a lot of accessories. I've actually got other accessories going through my mind at the moment which aren't really applicable to retro gaming. I'm thinking accessories like, converts your phone into a full-fledged controller, so the phone goes to the side, it sort of connects up, and to me that's like a little gaming device.
Yeah.
Good accessory, but it's not retro gaming accessory.
Yeah.
But it's still cool.
Cool.
Guys, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. Thank you for your time, Andy. See you later.
Take care, guys. He's just knockout. We just bored him.
He's like that. This is such a boring conversation. Can we go out and eat? I was joking. You can stay here. Don't worry.
Did he respond to go out or eat?
Probably eat.
Okay.